Hi guys, I'm Cody J and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now as you can see today, for the first time ever, I am joined with a very special guest. This is my mother Lisa. So today I thought instead of just doing a transformation on me, we would do a transformation on her and give her that little Cody J flair. So if you're interested in seeing what this transformation looks like, stick around. Alright guys, so as you can see, she wears pretty subtle makeup. She just has her normal foundation, a little bit on the eyes, a little bit on the lip. You know, like myself, she doesn't need a bunch of makeup to make herself look beautiful. But on this channel, we go big or we go home. So, off camera, we're going to remove her makeup, come back, and we're going to make her look like a little mini me. Alright guys, we're back. Off camera, of course, I had her take off all her makeup, and I'm going to walk you guys through a full transformation with her. So to start off, she has semi-dry skin. I know she uses the Fenty foundation, right? Yeah, so she uses Fenty foundation, and as you know, if you've seen any of the reviews, generally Fenty foundation is pretty drying. So today we're going to start off with the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer, and I'm just going to put a dab of this on the back of my hand, and then just apply it to her face. Just press it in. If you have any extra areas that are a bit drier than others, you can, of course, put a little bit extra there. And if you're someone who has extra large pores, you can also use a pore filling primer, like a putty primer, if you need to. Alrighty guys, for foundation we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. This is in shade 125 Nude Beige. Now this is a normal to oily foundation. It is medium but buildable. So I think with her face we're not going to go full coverage like I do for mine, but I definitely think we're going to try and build it up a little bit. I want to take her face from normal goddess to like ethereal goddess, you know what I'm saying? So of course we got to give her the Cody J flair. We need full coverage, we need blank canvas, but like a step down, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to start applying her foundation in the areas that would need it the most, and then I'll blend it out. And if we need to build up, of course we'll build up. So I have to know, what was your first thought when you either found out that I was wearing makeup, or if I told you? I don't remember if I told you or if you like found out, but like, what was Mama Lisa's first thought on her beautiful son wearing makeup?
Damn, how do you look better than I do?
It's the jeans. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I've literally said many times some of the things I get from my mom are my teeth, my beautiful smile, and my beautiful eyes. So you actually get to see for yourself what I'm talking about. Like literally in all my videos, I always praise you. I'm always like, yeah, my mom thinks I'm beautiful. Like I did a hate comments video the other day, and people were like, oh, you're ugly, like you're all these different things. And I'm like, well, my mom thinks I'm beautiful.
Inside and out.
Everyone thought it was funny, but I'm like, no, I'm beautiful and I get it from my mom, it's true. So now they get to see why.
Aw, my baby. I think the turning point for me was that class we went to.
Oh yeah, in 2014 or 15?
14.
I think it's 2014. It was for my birthday. We went to Cleveland and we got to see the legend, Jeffree Star. He was doing his Extreme Beauty Makeup Tour. It was a 4-hour class. So you just got to sit and talk to him, and he did his model's makeup, and Miss Thing here won her first giveaway. She won an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So she was pretty stoked about that because she never really wins anything. So she won that, so that was pretty exciting. But yeah, it's just, he's a lot different in person than he seems like on the internet, especially back then.
I absolutely loved him.
Yeah, he's very nice in person. Like, he's very approachable.
Good guy.
Yeah, I was really glad to meet him. I mean, I followed him for so long, so to finally meet one of my idols and then him be even better in person was pretty amazing. And I got to take my mama, so she got to see somebody I looked up to for so long as well.
I think the thing that woke me up was when he said, you have to take care of you. Make time for you. And I never made time for me.
Yeah, so he's not just speaking to us men in makeup, he's speaking to everyone. So if makeup is something you love, do it. Do things that make you feel good, even if it's not makeup. You need to take time for yourself. You need to go out there and have that extra cup of Starbucks. You need to go get that pampering day. You need to just do what you need to do to make yourself feel good. Okay, for concealer, I'm going to go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics in shade C7. Now, I just did purchase my new setting powder, and it's in translucent. And I also got C5, which they were out of last time I went to get some, so that shade will be a lot better for me. But I think this will be a good shade for her. So I'm just going to go on her chin, a little bit underneath her eyes, and down a smidge. Smidge is like always my word. And bring it down, and then just right down the middle of the nose. And then right on the forehead. So I'm just going to blend this out really lightly and in circular motions just to blend it into the foundation, because you want it to highlight some of these features, but you also don't want it to be like super prominent so that it looks blinding. All right, now that concealer is blended out, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is in shade 15 Light. And I'm just going to bake a little bit underneath her eyes, and then everywhere else I'll just press it into her skin. Do you bake? Have you ever baked before?
I bake cookies and stuff. No?
She bakes cookies and stuff. Well, if you don't know what baking is basically pressing translucent or light powder onto your concealer, and what it does is it heats up the concealer underneath it, and it helps give it a more matte finish, and it helps last longer throughout your day. It also is good for creasing, but of course if you're using a foundation or a concealer that doesn't already crease, like, you won't really need to do that. But if you have really dry skin, baking is not something you want to do because it'll definitely dry you out a lot more. So we're just going to pack it on underneath your eyes, and I'm going to let that sit for just a couple minutes, but everywhere else I'm going to just press it in and leave it be. Okay, now that her face is set, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. Now I'm not going to use anything on the lighter side, I'm just going to stick with this darker shade, and then I'm also going to go in with a little bit of my Essence Matte Bronzing Powder. This is in shade Light, and we will get this face snatched.
You said snatched?
Snatched is like this. You want cheekbones, you want that nose, you want your nose to look like this. You want your nose to look like this, not like this. People say I have an ugly nose, so we want it to look like this. So that's what snatched is. So I'm just going to take a medium brush. This is my Morphe M405 brush, if it focuses. And I'm just going to dip into this and tap off the excess. And Kim Kardashian says that you should go in a 3, like right here, because it goes under your cheekbones, it goes on your jawline, your forehead, but everyone's face is different, so you shouldn't just follow tutorials that you see, like with contouring, because everyone's face is different. So like for me, for example, I go down to like just right about here, and I pull it up into my hairline, I go around my hairline, and when I have facial hair, I don't really do anything with my jaw because it's already like squared, you know? So with her face, I am going to go around the perimeter of her face, I'm going to bring it down to about right here, and then I'm going to blend it up a little bit. And then on her jawline, I'm just going to go right to about, right here, if you can tell where that's at. So we're just going to dip into that, tap off the excess. So when applying the contouring powder, you just want to start off by stamping it on a little bit, and then blending it in with little circular motions, and then bringing everything up. You always want to bring your makeup up as much as possible so you have that more lifted face, because if you bring everything down, it drags your face down and makes you look old. And we don't do old on this channel, you know what I'm saying? We don't do old. Not like ageism or anything, but I'm just saying, we don't want to look older than we are. So, I mean, she's only like 32 or something like that, you know what I mean? So we're going to make her stay looking like she's 32. So we're just going to go in circular motions right around the cheekbone and bring it up into her hairline. And of course, you want to make sure you go into the hairline, or else it's going to look like you just have white around everything and then it's obvious. So then we're going to go up to the temple area and then just sweep it up into her hairline around her forehead, like so. I actually look so good, to be honest. Sorry, this video is not about me. Anyway, so now that we have her contouring on, I'm not going to use any of the light powder like I said, because I already went underneath her eyes and with everything with the setting powder. So we're going to skip the banana powder, and I think it would change the color too much and it would look weird. So now that that's on, I'm going to go in with that same Morphe brush, and I'm going to use the matte bronzing powder. This just gives it a little bit more of some warmth, and you guys know I like to smell everything. Smell that.
Ooh.
It smells like a Hawaiian vacation that we both desperately need. So we're just gonna
cruise time.
Cruise time. Margaritas who? So we're just gonna dip into that, and in the same areas that you put your contour on, you just wanna stamp it on a little bit lightly, because a little bit goes a long way. Some bronzing powders are so dark, like the Benefit Hoola bronzer, like that's way too dark for me. There's a Hoola Light, which is for a lot lighter or more fair skin, but I just haven't picked up any. But this is a really, really buildable powder, so it doesn't go on too dark, so you definitely can build it up, but it just gives your face a nice little bit of warmth. And we all can use some warmth. Alright, now that her face is all contoured and she has a lot more warmth added to her face, we're going to give her some highlight with the Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter. This is in shade Radiant Lights. And before I do that, a good trick is to, of course, set your face first with a setting spray. It brings back some moisture and hydration to your face. It helps all your powders blend together, but it also gives something for your highlighter to stick to. Alright, for setting spray, we're going to be using the Morphe X Jeffree Star collaboration. This is the Starberry Scented Setting Mist, which you all know this is like crack to me. Everyone always tells me that I need to taste it, because I'm always like, and I'm like, I just can't do it. But like,
No, don't do that.
It literally does taste like strawberries. That's bad.
I didn't raise him that way.
Yes, she did. So I'm gonna set her face with this, and while it's still a little moist, trigger word, moist, we're gonna put the highlighter on so it gives us something to stick to. So go ahead and close your eyes. Don't open your mouth unless you're me.
Oh yeah.
I know, like
makes you want to eat it.
Like even if you don't have makeup on, like just carry this around, just be like, so good.
It smells good.
So for highlighter, I'm going to take my Morphe M501 brush. I'm going to dip into the highlighter on both sides of it, tap off any excess, and some people go overboard with highlighter. We don't do that. We just like a nice little pop right here. So right above her cheekbones, on top of where her contour is where I'm going to put her highlighter. I'm just going to brush it on right here. That way when it catches the light, this plus the contouring really gives the illusion that you have a lot better cheekbones if you aren't naturally blessed with them, like some. Alright, so now that her face base makeup is all finished, I'm going to do her brows off camera real quick, but I'm going to be using the Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit Cosmetics. This is in shade 4.5. I think it might be a little bit too dark for her, but I don't have anything lighter. I know some people use eyeshadows, but we're not going to go there. So I'm going to do these off camera real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so off camera, I went ahead and finished her eyebrows. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in shade dark brown. Now, me personally, I think she needs a little bit lighter brow, but she likes them. But I don't have anything lighter, so for now, dark brown is just what you get. So, now on to eyes. We're going to bring this whole look together with some amazing purple eyes. You guys know I love my purple eyeshadow. Alright, so just like I do with my own eyes, I'm going to prime her eyes with the P. Louise base. This is in shade Rumor 01. Now, if you're not familiar with the P. Louise bases, they are really pigmented bases that you can carve out your eyebrows with. I would not recommend contouring with them or anything like that, but you can also prime your eyes with them, and the lighter the shade of the base, the more your shadows are going to pop. So as you can see, mine are very pigmented today, and that is because of the P. Louise base. They also just came out with a line of colored bases that you can get at Morphe now. I think there's 10 shades of them. Basically, it's every color of the rainbow, so you can use that when you're cutting your crease to help speed along your eyeshadow look. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this P. Louise base on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to apply it with my damp beauty sponge, and she's going to close her eyes, and we are just going to tap it on. Now with this base, a little goes a long way. It really has a lot of coverage and a lot of pigmentation in it, but you really just need the smallest little bit on the tip of your sponge, and it will blend out and set itself. Now I know some people like to apply their shadows on a tacky base, some people like to apply it on a set base. For me personally, I don't really care. I think I can work with shadows well enough that I get the same outcome. And as you can see, of course, it's a lot lighter. It's not meant for contouring. Like I said, this is just to make your shadows pop as much as possible. So what I like to do is I like to place this base exactly where I want to end up putting my shadow, and it kind of gives me a general guide of where I'm going to put it. And so I'm going to take hers just like mine, I bring mine up and out, as you know. I'm going to do the same with her. I'm going to go all the way up to the corner of her eyebrow with this base. And then I'm going to do the other side. Okay, now that I have her eyes all primed, we're going to go in with the Norvina Volume 1 collection. You guys know this is my new go-to because of all the purples. I've got to block her face out so we can focus, block this face out, block the face out like we block our haters. Anyway, so I dipped into A3, which is here at the top, and I diffused it with a little bit of A2, and then in my inner corner I used a little bit of B3, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so to start this off with the dark purple, we're going to go in with the Morphe M441 brush. It doesn't focus, I give up. So we're going to dip into A3 here at the top in the first row, and then blend it out with a little bit of A2. So just to save some time, I'm going to do one eye on camera, and then I'll finish the other eye off camera. So I'm just going to dip into A3 like I said, and I'm just going to start it out here on her outer corner. I'm just going to stamp it on to get that pigmentation there. And then once you're happy with it, of course, blend it out using small circular motions, because like I said before, and like I always will say, we don't do harsh lines here. So just going to stamp it on. So I'm going to take this from the bottom of her outer corner, and I'm going to take it upwards to where it meets the tail of her eyebrow, and that is kind of my guide. And again, where I place my base is also a guide for where I want to put my shadow. So just like myself, she has hooded eyes. So of course we want to make sure that the majority of the eyeshadow you can see is out here on the outside going up like myself, because when I look straight at you, you can't see anything. So we're going to take that up at an angle, and just blend it out. And then we're going to bring it in towards the inner corner with very light pressure so that it lightens up the purple and gets it ready for the next shadow we're going to blend into it. Alright, so now I'm dipping into A2, which is the lighter purple shade, and I'm just going to blend that in softly with the first shade, and I'm going to bring it down to her inner corner. This gives it more of a gradient effect, that way there's no harsh lines, no harsh colors, it just gives it a nice smoky effect. So you just want to keep blending until you think you're done blending, and then you're going to blend some more. Now in between shades A3 and A2, the dark and the light purple, we're going to take a little bit of B1, which is in the second row. It's a lighter pink shade. And I'm going to dip into a little bit of that with a smaller brush. This is my Jeffree Star Cosmetics JS8 brush. It's just a smaller, fluffy blending brush. And we're going to press that into the middle in between them and blend those together even more. And then slightly drag it down into the inner corner. Now once you have that done, dip back into the second shade, which was A2. and we're going to cover the lid a little bit more because today we're not cutting her crease. We're just going to stamp on a shimmer shadow, but we of course don't want it to be transparent and we want that purple background. So we're going to put a little extra purple on the lid. So for my lid, I used shade B3, which was the bright pink right here, but for her lid, we're actually going to go in with shade C3, which is more of a coppery purple color. So on my flat JS11 brush, I'm going to dip into that on both sides. These shadows are very soft, but thankfully these shimmers don't have any fallout, so that's a plus. And where you would normally cut your crease at is where I'm going to place these shadows so you still get the same effect without it being too much of a structured look. So you're just going to press that on, starting from the inner corner, and go above right where your natural crease is and just follow that crease. Now for me, I'm going to go all the way to about 3/4 of the way around, right when you start hitting that dark purple shade again, and then just fill in your lid. Okay guys, so I got C3 applied to her lid. So now I'm going to take my Morphe M441 brush again, and I'm going to dip into that first shade, which was A3, the dark purple, and I'm just going to blend in that shimmer with that purple a little bit more just so there's no harsh lines and it blends in seamlessly. So for her under eyes, we're going to smoke it out with a little bit of A3, and then I'm also going to diffuse it with some of C4, which is a more mauve shade here in the third row, and that kind of gives it a smoky effect without being too harsh under her eyes. So I'm going to dip in with my M431 brush. It's a pencil brush. I'm going to dip into A3 first, tap off the excess, and I'm just going to follow her line from the outer corner, and then I'm going to go all the way underneath it and blend it so there's no harsh lines. Alright, so now that one eye is pretty much done as far as shadows are concerned, I'm going to go off camera, do her other eye, and then we're going to throw in some lashes, mascara, and eyeliner, and be right back. Okay guys, we are back. We have finished her full face transformation, turning her into a little Cody J. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, ta-da! Okay, so to finish off this look, I smoked out underneath her lash line with my Norvina Volume 1 palette. I also threw on my new Prita Bella lashes that were sent to me. And I topped off the lip with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Liquid Lip in the shade Androgyny. And for one final touch, one last spray of her new favorite, Morphe setting spray. And of course I need some. Breathe it in. Breathe it in.
I could eat that.
I do eat it.
Okay.
I did eat it.
You're my baby.
Don't mess up my contour.
Sorry. Never touch a face.
Okay, so I think the resemblance is pretty uncanny. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. Same lip, same smile, same eyes, same gorgeous, same gorgeous. So obviously this look is completely different for her than what you guys saw at the beginning of this video. So in the comments below, let me know, do you like the look before, the simple, subtle look, or do you like this Cody J glam, full-on pink, purple, masterpiece, ethereal goddess? That's what we said we wanted to go for, and that's what we got. So let me know in the comments below. Tell her how beautiful she is. Let her know how much you love her. And do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I love you, baby.
Oh, I love you too.
Thanks for glamming Mel.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here. This was definitely a challenge. I've never done someone else's makeup, so I was pretty nervous, but I mean, I did a great job. So it was easy working with her because when you're already beautiful, it's hard to mess that up. I just want to know, is this something that you're going to wear on a daily basis?
No. No,
You're supposed to lie for the views. So now let's jump into today's MUA shout out.
Today's makeup shout out goes to @DesRoseMakeup.
Good job. See, we already have a new YouTuber on our hands. And if you'd like a chance to be my next MUA shout out, all you have to do is of course be subscribed to my YouTube channel and retweet this video link when I post it onto Twitter. Now if you guys would like to follow me on my social media, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. They are both @CodyJArtistry. And of course, I hope you enjoyed this video so much. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Click the big red subscribe button so you can join my Jaybaby family, and I'll see you in the next one. Class is in session.
This is my baby. Are you gonna put me in a nursing home?
No.
Okay, good. So you don't need me to rap on this video? No?
No, I don't need you to rap.
Okay.
Blooper. Like, you're focused.
I get in there with you.
Get in the square.
We're in the little Zoom square.
Okay.
Better now.
This is how all my videos start, like before I edit them. There'd be like 2 minutes of me like.
Then we're gonna have bloopers because I'm probably not gonna do that. Good, sorry. Cut. You really didn't think I was gonna be able to do do this seriously. Okay.
Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe, no. It's just focusing on your face. That's part I cut out because you'll need to see so much of. You know what I mean?
2 hours later.
Yeah. I spit on my hand, not the beauty blender, by the way. Oh, sure. It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
You don't.
Try again.
Like you like trying to go.
This was the blood.
So you definitely. We're done.
Take 20. Okay.
Do you like it though, so
Yeah,
far?
I do.
Would you be honest with me?
I know, I really do.
And while it's still a little dewy, then we'll put her.
You
So-
said dewy.
We said dewy. I'm going to set her eyes. I'm not setting your eyes! Exactly where I want to end up putting my shadows.
That would get annoying. People going in and out
I'm so
trying
sick
to
of
do
it.
stuff. If you don't have haters, you ain't doing something right.
No, it's not!
Try again! Blocking out the haters.
Blocking out the haters. I did that voice drop the other day on one of my videos and they're like, oh my god, I love voice drop. I'm like, oh, that's a weird thing to say for you. So you can't blow in a client's face. Yes, I can.
I'm your mom.
You look like me. You want to talk about out of your comfort zone? Get that purple. Because it has.
Ta-da.
I'm not even near a house.
Okay. Do that.
That was weird.
No? Too much?
I mean, I kept like interrupting. So obviously this look is completely different than what you guys got. Jesus H. Christ. I did it so much because I talk so fast. Today's makeup artist shout out goes to @DesRoseMakeup.
Well, why don't I do 2 separate parts and you can
Because
edit
it's
it.
6 words. Today's
Okay.
makeup artist shout out goes to @DesRoseMakeup.
Des Rose Makeup. Des Rose Makeup.
And then I'll finish it.
Des Rose Makeup.
Okay.
Okay.
You would like to be my next MUA shout out? Are you shitting me?
He's not shitting you. You can't say that on your videos.
No, obviously.
Are you shitting me?
That's bloopers.
Today's no, I didn't. That's what I just okay. Stop. Okay. Today's makeup shout out goes to @DesRose. What was it?
Makeup.
Makeup. I remember that. Okay.
Yeah? Shot of it.
The camera loves me. I'm just kidding.